Hey everybody, it's me, Rachel. Scarling Ray. Rachel, Ray, whatever you want to call me. It's good to be back. First off, I want to start off with this. I want to say thank you to everybody that has been so kind enough to be patient with me, to, say something to me, words of encouragement. I know I have been really slow with messages, comments, all that stuff, anywhere and everywhere. I've been on and off slow, and then suddenly I'm back, and then I'm just kind of coping, and I feel right now I'm finally getting somewhere closer to normalcy. But I do want to thank every single person, and I also want to apologize for the slowness of communication, however you've tried to contact me. But it has meant so much to me, so thank you. All I can say is thank you so much. Okay, but I'm not crying on this one. So I got some new earrings. If you don't follow me on Facebook, you wouldn't know. Yeah, I know they're Ouija board ones. And I'm not a Ouija board person. I had one when I was a little kid. My mother bought us one. But I've got my bow. I love both of them. Those are my favorite. Yeah, I don't know. And the whole craze with the Ouija boards, that's why I buy this. And I also think it's cool. I mean, that is neat. Look at that. Love Etsy. What else? I've gotten a lot of stuff in the mail lately. A lot of new stuff. There's one gift somebody made me that I'll show towards the end. They're not all gifts, some of them, but this I won, and I love it. Thank you so much. But you even gave me my bingo ball, and I want to say that this is my new favorite. So thank you so much, Bob. Look how beautiful that is. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Bob, and I'm so sorry I wasn't there, and I've been missing a lot of your live streams, and I'm so sorry for that. I thought I put the bell on you for some reason, but I may not have. This is the radio I won, so thank you so much, Wagner ITC. I mean, seriously, you guys have to try. These contests can be worth it. Like, remember when I won this, in which I have to show Zara, I have been using this. I used it when I went to the cemetery, another cemetery. It's a very old one where not a lot of people visit because it's that old. I always feel like I'm wearing overalls, but I did run around with this thing on, and it is great. I love it. And it's actually quite comfy. See? Just run around. It's really cool. So Zara, thanks again for that. I know you always say don't say thank you, but I'm saying thank you. I did win the contest fair and square, but without you, there would have been no contest. So what else have I got? Oh, I mainly got this for other stuff, but I found that I can use it with my PSP7 and the COS. I'm loving that COS. Thank you so much, Wagner ITC. I think that's so cool. Also got a new camcorder. It has night vision, all that other great stuff that everybody wants. I love it. It's small. It came with a bag. It has cleaning stuff with it. It came with a 32 gig SD card. What else? Oh, and so now I have two 50-inch tripods, which I love. You can never have enough tripods, I guess. Tripods galore. But my favorite I already have a tripod this size, but they included this one. I think it's so cute. Here's my other one. Got this from Amazon. So now I've got two tripods. Here's my other tripod. That's the other 50-inch. So yeah, got them all. It's so cool. Loving this camera. I have been to my parents' house, and my dad and I tested it out in the dark. It was pretty cool. My mom was too scared. Now, as far as the paranormal, Rachel, have you gotten back into it? Yeah, sort of. I have been at my parents' house. I've done sessions at my parents' house in my room where I've talked about there used to be a thing in there that was very not so nice. I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell you. But on these sessions, I've done two sessions I've done one with the 12-808, one with the 20-125, and I went back last night and did some EVP sessions because the house was completely quiet. Now and my brother's coming into town, and he's actually got a story to tell that I was unaware of that'll totally make sense on what I think is in there now. So I'm still working on my parents' house. Like I've said, it's my parents' house. I grew up there. They own the house. They're going to die in that house, as morbid as that sounds. I can go back there and, yeah. I will be redoing all my playlists. I know they got deleted, I deleted them for a little bit. Oh, I didn't end up going to Paracon for reasons I'm sure most of you can understand. It's just because I'm trying to adjust. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling it, and I don't like to be the person that, just disrupts all the energy and is the party pooper. So that's that. Now, what else did I want to say? Oh, got me a new phone case too. It's me and my husband, or my husband and I. Sorry, it's so hard for me to do videos like this. I have found that I love live streams. And this brings me to my next thing. I get asked all the time, what got you into the paranormal? What got me into the paranormal? I'm going to answer that because somebody answered that for me and made a video. Thank you. And he said he had been asked by several people, so but I still feel obligated to say my side of the story. So, how did I get into it? Well, obviously with the whole thing at my parents' house, I had a lot of incidents with my room, and it was just in my room, in a certain corner too, which I have video of, and I'll put it back in a playlist and all that stuff. Everything is off private now, so it should all be visible. I just need to put it, And, yeah. And I kind of wrote this down because I had to think about it. And my parents had experiences as well, which they have told me about and I've talked about. And I'm going to re-interview all of them, and my brother's going to be in town, so I'll be interviewing him and his experience that he had in my room that I was unaware of. That totally makes everything make sense. Totally, totally, totally. Just the incidents in that house. There's incidents that occurred in a house. There's a house, it's over 100 years old. It is my maternal grandmother's side of the family, their house, and kind of in the middle of Texas, in a very small town. You can easily just walk through it, no problem, in about no time at all. It's that sort of small, very small town. All of my most of my family on that side is buried there in that cemetery, and I love going to that cemetery. I'm going to be going there sometime during these cold seasons to go and clean the graves over there. Sorry, I know I'm always so loud in my videos. I'm just trying to get my glasses because I can't see. So, alright. So yeah, it's really neat. That house is over 100 years old. I mean, and they did wakes in there all the way up until 1980 something. My great aunt Hazel. Well, I don't think that's what she technically is, but that's what I call her. I always hate this cousin once removed bullshit. I don't get it. Sorry, pardon my language. That was the last wake they ever had there. They had a ton of wakes, and I love the old pictures. There's actually one of the old Bibles that, where you wrote down when people were born, married, christened, all that stuff. I'm gonna go get that Bible from my aunt next time I go, because I saw Jeremy Jones on his Facebook. His wife has one that is 200 years old. Oh my God, that thing is gorgeous. I'm sorry, I just like stuff like that, and I'm really big on family things. We've had a lot of experiences in that house because it's so old, and I think it's all family. I have never felt anything that was so uneasy. My mom, we've all talked about it. You feel it mostly in the doll room, which they're not possessed dolls or whatever, but they do creep me out because there's too many of them. My grandmother loved to buy things all the time, which included dolls, and they're all in one room. That used to be my great aunt Hazel's house. I mean, my great aunt, it was her room, and she's not passed away. My great aunt sister, she also lived in that house, died in that house. You can feel it in her room. You can feel it in the enclosed porch, and at night too, because that house is completely pitch black. It's an old town, very small, nothing but old people. Really old, men that are bow-legged because they worked on the, they worked the farms. A beautiful place though, absolutely love that place, and I love to visit, and I love the history. And the drummer of ZZ Top, who I'm related to, his mother actually lived in that town, and yeah, I know exactly where she lived too. And her name was Rachel. So there's a lot of energy there. It's really, and every single person, I mean, if I celebrated Thanksgiving and was going to, go eat at my mom's brother's house, I could probably maybe interview them, but they'd probably call me crazy, which I'm not real tight with them. I'm not really close knit with my mom's side of the family, not the remaining. Well, it's really just two of my uncles, but enough personal. The other thing is too, though, when my great grandmother passed away, that was in 1995. We were actually on vacation when that happened, and then we had her funeral while we were on vacation. Very tragic. Yeah, I got really obsessed with cemeteries from then on, from 1995 up until even now. I love cemeteries. I simply just love going to them, just to look. I love reading who these people were. And I guess that's why I'm so big into preservation, is because, I mean, that's really all that's left. And it's so sad to me when I see, just graves, like the grave markers or headstones just completely obliterated. I mean, that person is, that's the last thing we have of them. If their family's gone, if everything else is gone, that's all that's remaining, and it's so neat to me, and I love history, so I don't know. I could go on a tangent for that for day. They would call me a taphophile. That's what a cemetery enthusiast / hunter would be called, but I'm more of I wouldn't be a hunter, although, if I found a cemetery that had never been found before, that'd be really cool. So yeah, I've been fascinated with cemeteries for a very, very long time. And because of that, I also grew up watching shows on, whoa, almost recorded over something. Also, I watched a lot of horror movies. I actually went on a horror movie streak when I was a kid. Not that it has anything to do with the paranormal. I started it when I was 10 years old, going through Blockbuster. Rented them all. But I haven't seen a recent horror movie in years. They have been, in my opinion, they all suck. And I used to watch all the paranormal shows on the Discovery Channel back in the day. And I haven't seen a paranormal show in years. I've never even seen Ghost Adventures, or whatever it's called. I've never seen any of those shows. I'm not trying to knock them, I just haven't seen them. But I did know about EVPs. And, I have that other recorder, the black one, that's like rectangular and big and has the handle. This is also a cassette recorder, and I started using this. And this actually has tape inside of it, which is why I was like, oh crap, I almost recorded over something. This is from a while ago too, and I'm actually going to take a listen to it. And if anybody can tell me how to take from this, the cassette, to maybe put it online somehow, let me know, because I haven't looked into it. Lazy, I guess. I will look into it, but if anybody knows and wants to make it easier for me, please do. What else? I mean, that was the beginning of doing that. And to me, I was just kind of like, oh, I wonder if I'll hear anything. And I know the last time I went out there, because I went to several, like I said, I love cemeteries. I just enjoy them. And doing EVPs, all I would do is walk around. And I always was that weirdo that went up and talked to graves. I was like, hey, happy birthday, or thank you for your service, sir, and fix things. And this one cemetery, it's called Mount Zion. It's a very small cemetery off to the side. You'd have to know where it is to get to it. And they fixed it now. This little girl, I have been visiting her since I was 16 years old, this little grave, because it was so desecrated. Because I discovered this cemetery when I was 16, and I've been going back there ever since. And I'm so happy that they actually gave her, thanks to the Boy Scouts of America. I forgot what troop number. But yeah, now she has a proper, but it made me so sad for the longest time. And she's all the way in this corner by herself, this little girl. I don't know why it made me sad. So, I'd go over there a lot, and I don't know. So I'm sure she's on that tape. Maybe, I'd hope so. I visit her a lot. It'd be sad if she wasn't, but no, I'm kidding. Then, of course, YouTube came about, and, and it's just been that's really just how it started. It was just something that has always been in my life, I guess, to a degree. I've had incidents happen. I show an interest in it. I love cemeteries. I'm just a creepy person, I guess. Or a weirdo. I don't know. I wrote I was a weirdo. And anybody would tell you I'm a weirdo or I'm creepy. And not in a bad way, but just in a hilarious, like, oh my gosh, really, Rachel? So I guess that's my story and how I got into the paranormal, and I'm very much invested into it. I've slowly over time gotten more gear, gotten more I'm so thankful to have the mentors in my life that I do have, And to my mentors, I say thank you so much for your patience with me and for sharing the knowledge that you have. I think that is so cool, and I think that's something we need to continue to do. So thank you. You know how much I love you guys. I think if I had to tell anybody else that was coming into this field, definitely be patient. I've heard people, you know, and especially because we have had a lot of people that are very, very new coming in. By the way, shout out Wagner ITC, what up? You need to be patient. I mean, yeah, sure, you can buy a spirit box, but you're not automatically going to get something that first try, and you might not. I think patience is very key. I'd also say be confident in yourself. I have trouble with that to this day. I have trouble being confident in everything I do. I'm a perfectionist, and I have to learn how to cut that out, and I have been trying. Trying my best here. Learn as much as you can and do all your research, but make sure you're learning from reputable sources. Keep an open mind, remain teachable. I think remaining teachable, because this is a field where we don't know all the answers, and we won't know all the answers until we pass, you know? That's all I can say. I wrote these down a little bit just because I was thinking about this. Trial and error. There's nothing wrong with trying something and it going wrong, or trying it and it goes well. It could be, you know, you never know. People have discovered great things, you know? Like unicorn mode on that PSV 11. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link that video down below, because that's what I do. Safety first, then teamwork. Please do not go out alone. One time my friends, this is when I was like 16 years old, and we went to the Mount Zion Cemetery, and my friends thought it'd be a great idea to go at night, and I was like, I don't think it is, and I stayed in the car because I had a bad feeling. There was a man that came out with a shotgun, because this is Texas. This is Texas. We don't, well, most of us, a majority of the state, yeah, most of us have, all of us have guns. And it was his right, and he didn't try to, you know, he didn't aim it at them, but he showed he had it. He had a shotgun. So yeah, have permission, go with somebody if it's a very remote area, just be safe. First aid kit, hey, because of my career, I can't help it. Yes, please bring a first aid kit, for goodness sake. I know Glenn stressed that in the live stream that we did on Paranormal White Noises channel. Zara, love you, Zara. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. There are so many people in this field that are willing to help, and yeah. And even if you want to ask me a question, I don't care. I would never say that I'm an expert. I don't believe that there are experts, but there's a lot of people that do have a lot of knowledge, that have, like, you know, 15, 20, 30, 40 plus years in the field. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, like I said, be open to ideas. You don't have to do whatever everybody tells you. And remain teachable, and be mindful of where you get your sources. You know, it's like politics and what's actually going on in the news. I read more than one news source. I listen to more than one news source. You know, you've got to kind of, you know, it's one of those things. Most of all, follow your own path. Go the way you want to go. You know, keep your integrity. Most of all, be honest. Don't try to fake things. Don't try to go out for the, you know. I mean, me personally, and this, you know, this is me not trying to be like, oh, how dare you try to get famous from the paranormal. If you want to do that, do you, boo-boo. I don't care. It's okay. I don't think any lower of you. I will think low of you, though, if you go and try to scam people, do this attention-seeking, just, you know, little things like that. But, I mean, if you're doing legit work and, you know, it gets seen and you get really, you know, there are famous people out there that are in the paranormal, and that's great. I'm happy for them. I have nothing against that. But do it the honest way, and don't do it the wrong way. You know, keep your integrity. You don't want to lose that. You lose your integrity, you lose it all, I feel like. But enough about that. I will be back to the paranormal. I will be doing I will have sessions up, and I'm going to annotate, and I don't want to. Glenn, can you do them all? I did want to show you guys this pen. I have bought 2 of them. This is to memorialize my friend Bobby, who passed away 3 years ago. I thought that was so cool. My friend Matt got married. He wanted Bobby to be his best man, and, you know, because he passed away, oh God, he couldn't be, so he made these pens, and he made his into cufflinks, but he also bought more and gave all the money to Bobby's son, you know, sadly, you know. And I miss Bobby. Bobby actually saved my life, and that's a story for another day. So yeah, I'm gonna wear this pin quite often. You'll probably see me with it. It's like a good luck charm to me. Now I also want to show you something else. It's my last thing to show you, and then I'm gonna go. This is kind of like my reintroductory, I guess. Don't I have such nice legs? Check out my legs. I'm cold, I'm sorry. And pardon my voice, I am so sorry. Now, look at these. I want to give a big shout out to Whispers from Heaven. Whispers from Heaven, Portia. Thank you so much. These are absolutely gorgeous. When my knee is better, I'll be able to walk in them better. Right now, I'm kind of like, ah. But they do fit. Are we trying to look up my dress, people? I swear. But they're beautiful. I absolutely love them. If I can use this. Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah, and I have a mess on the floor. No, I think they're gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. I couldn't believe them when I saw them. So thank you. That really did make my day. They were actually, I got these the same day I got the, I think around the same time I got the COS too. It was either the COS or the pens. Either way though, I do want to say thank you again for all of you out there. And I feel like I'm ready to start slowly coming back. But it does mean a lot to me that so many of you reached out to me and said some great things, and sent, you know, nobody was obligated to send me anything, and, you know, thank you, Portia, that's so sweet. And, you know, Bob, everybody, thank you. So I'm back. Love you guys to death. I will see you guys soon, and best luck to you all. Do what you do best, and I'll see you next time, okay? And take care out there. Do what you do. I don't know. I love you guys. Just stop it.